Witchcraft is fucking real because these two ladies up here are a living proof of it. Grab your popcorn because this video is going to be scary and a little bit long. This lady here, her name is Ifunaya. So her dad retired in the US and decided to go back to his village in Nigeria as his retirement plan. This man got to his village in Nigeria and his own blood brother and sister struck him with stroke. They started diverting his pension of $5,000 to building a house for themselves. They didn't even deem it fit to take just a little from this money and look for a carer for this man. They left him in hunger and in dirty and locked him up inside a room in his own house. A millionaire was treated like a rag in his own house while his money is being squandered by people he called his own blood. This is daughter Ifunaya. I call her Wanyi Buife. We always call, but his father will not pick up. She will call the father's brother and sister. They will tell her that everything is okay, that when they get home, they will give the phone to her father. And that is all. She will never hear from them again. Then she decided to come to Nigeria herself to know what is happening to her father. All these were happening within the space of 7 months. She got to Nigeria and this wicked auntie and uncle denied her access to her own father's house. They refused her of seeing her father. She involved the police and the community. When she finally saw her father was malnourished, bedridden, he couldn't speak, he was in death. He refused her taking her own father because she insisted taking him back to America. They used juju to make her father to hate her and say no to her request, but God intervened. Even her father's brother that is also in America was a culprit to this whole game. They wanted this man dead and they will pretend like he's still alive and still be collecting his pension. Even after successfully taking her father back to America, they were still fighting her spiritually. Men, your children and your wife are your first family. Have this at the back of your mind. None of your family member wants you to do more better than them. And for this lady here, her father and her mother was unalived by her auntie and cousin from her mother's side out of jealousy. Back in the days, her father and her mother went to London and they were squatting with her mother's sister, and luckily for these couples, things were moving really fine and fast for them and they bought their first house. And when they announced the news to this her mother's sister, she called them ungrateful that after everything she has done for them, they decided to buy a house for themselves. They called the police on them, they got arrested, they were sent to prison and they lost the house because they had gotten the house with a fake name, which was something that is common back in the days. Luckily for them, they still found a way to pick themselves up and everything started going well for them again. And her father